Creators, producers, and distributors of this program disclaim any liability or loss in connection with the exercises and advice herein. Train safely and wisely.
I'm Alicia Kliegel. Welcome to Empower Your Body. Today we're going over core. So you got love handles, back pain, meet me in the gym, and we're going to address it.
Get excited because you are about to change your life.
So, I told you guys we were going to address core. Most important, it's January, start of your years. We have to start with your center. So what do? Your transverse muscle is extremely important. It is the deepest of all of your core or abdominal muscles. It's very important to address this muscle. If this muscle is not conditioned or awakened, you will not be able to have the stability necessary to do all of the intense other abdominal work to really make that stomach look awesome. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Your transverse abdominis muscle goes from hip bone to hip bone. I want two fingers, two hands on each hip bone. Right in is where that starts, that muscle. When you inhale, you let it out. When you exhale, you tighten. I need you to practice this all day, every day. I guarantee it. I promise you, without engaging this muscle or addressing this muscle, you will never have the conditioning that you're looking for, nor will you have the stomach you're looking for. You can do abdominal crunches till you're blue in the face and address the upper portion, but never, ever, ever address that pouch. Women and men, I see it all the time. You've got to address this. So your transverse, most important. How do we do it? You can do crunches forever. You don't work a transverse muscle through crunches. You do it through breathing and stability. So in order to get the muscle strong to move on, you've got to do this breathing exercise. So when you inhale, you allow your stomach to come out, fill with air like a balloon, and when you exhale, pull it back. Once you have that, from that point forward is where you work all of your abdominal muscles. So you got that? Now we got to address the back, right? Hyperextension, which we just happen to be right here, is how we start with your back. Watch. We come into this machine. Hip, we want to be able to flex at the hip joint. So we come where we're right about up to the pads here. We come down. And we exhale up. So the transverse helps to secure the front of your stomach. We address your erectors to address the back of you, nice and tight like a corset, make sure that you have nice and strong stability. Come into hyperextension, just like this. We come down, we fold, right? Hip flexion, we fold, inhale, and exhale up. So we inhale down, exhale up. Squeezing nice and strong, down, and exhale up. So let's do 5. So think about it, guys. What are we doing if you think about it? When you do crunches, you work the front of you, right? You fold the front, you work the front. When you do hyperextension, you fold the back, so you're working the back. You fold the bicep, you're working the bicep. Whenever you shorten a muscle, that's when you work it. So we can't just do crunches and do the front. We have to address the back. Let's move on. I'll show you other ways to do this. An easier way to address your erector spinae muscles in your back is to do your hyperextension on a mat. Let me show you how it's done. Come down, all fours, hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. I don't want anything too close in. I don't want anything too far out. Everything straight, straight, directly under. What you do is you tighten that core muscle just like we spoke about. You exhale by bringing up your left arm and your right arm straight up. And then you switch. Exhale up. Big mistake that people make is they don't exhale and they don't flex their foot. Let me show you what I mean. When you bring this up, I want the foot flexed as opposed to pointed. I want it flexed, not pointed or extended. Reason is when you flex that foot, you really engage that glute muscle. So not only are we doing hyperextension to address the erector spinae or the lower back muscles, make them strong. Remember, your core is not just the front, it's the back as well. You're really flexing that foot to get your glute involved, okay? Now let me go on to your rectus abdominis muscle, more of the front of you. Here we go. We addressed your back muscles, your erector spinae in 2 situations you just saw. We addressed your core muscle, deep down transverse muscle. Now we get to that 6 or 8 pack muscle, right guys? Stick with this and you'll have the belly that you want. Okay, what do? We come down onto this ball. You've all seen this in the gym. What are those toys for? What are those people doing? This is what they're doing. I want your lower back, a bit of your glutes, the top, on this ball, hands behind your head, and exhale up. Now this is what you'll see everybody do, which is wrong. You could do that all day long. That's not what I want to see. I want to see your hands behind your ears, bringing your nose up. Not bringing your nose up, bringing your chest up. Up. Now because of that core muscle nice and tight, you've already learned to keep this tight and to crunch up, right? So we come up, good, and we come up, and we come up, and we come up. And I'm shaking, you can tell, because all of my muscles are really strong and contracted, okay, nice and tight. So you want to keep this, you don't want to let this out, right? If you can see, I don't want you to let this out like that. I want it strong. Pull it in and fold on it, straight up. Right. Good. And up. You do 20 like that, let me tell you, you'll feel it. And you have to have your back strong, guys. If you don't have your back strong, you're going to feel compromised in the middle of you. Think of if you're punching something. You punch something, you want your wrist straight, right? If it's bent or compromised or not strong or stable, you'll break the bent or compromised area. The same thing with your core. When you keep this nice and tight, you won't compromise it and you won't break it. If it's compromised and it's not strong and stable, like a rod going through you, this is where you can snap. It's the weak point. So we want to make sure that this stays nice and strong. It precedes everything you will do, and obviously cardiovascular fitness. So let's move on. Let's show me some more stuff, okay? Okay guys, now we're going to address the sides, the love handles, the place everybody hates that they grab the bunch of junk, right? So we're coming down and we're going to do bicycles. When you do bicycles, you address the sides of your stomach, your internal and external obliques. Now, we already learned how to do the breathing to keep that stomach compressed. We rotate and we exercise on that compressed point. If it's not engaged and not able to have proper stability, we're going to hurt your back. So, okay, let me show you. You come down, pull that transverse down, hands behind your head, and do bicycles. And do bicycles. And do bicycles. This is how you address that love handle, guys, those love handles. Now let me explain something. Everybody can do this with their bicycles. This is what everybody does. Does this for days. They're thinking, what am I going to do later? What, did I forget the laundry? No. You want to make them work. You lift your back up, your shoulder blades off the mat, hands behind your head. I never want you to see your elbows. I never want this. I always want them out. And rotate, as opposed to this. You could do that forever. I don't want that, right? Don't you guys want the abdominals that you want? What did we do? We went over your transverse abdominis muscle. We worked that deep core muscle, which is important to have the stability to rotate on and to bend on, okay? If this isn't strong, bending on this isn't going to matter. We have to make this strong to bend properly, this strong. We worked hyperextension. We did the Supermans out. We worked the hyperextension machine to address your back. We got in the ball, we addressed that 6-pack or 8-pack muscle, that rectus abdominis muscle. Then we got right down on the mat, very simple, and did bicycles to address your obliques and internal and external obliques. You stick with that, your core will be strong enough for you to move on. You've got to address your core first, okay? So I'm gonna get back to work and you guys keep watching.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Do you have a minute?
Absolutely.
I have a question.
And it is?
What increases your metabolism more? Resistance training or cardio?
That's a great question. When we come back, we'll get right to it.
This is your life. What are you?
Get excited because you are about to change your life.
This is your life.
Good. Go. Bang. Good. This is how you get the chest you want, girls. Come on, squeeze.
What are you waiting for? This is your life.
And remember, empower your body.
This is your life. What are you waiting for? This is your life. What are you hesitating for? This is your life. Here's the chance you've been praying for. So what are you waiting for? This is your life, and the time floats on forever.
Thanks for staying with us. Hope you enjoyed the flashback. So, Lauren's question was, what increases your metabolism more, resistance training or cardio? Cardio increases your metabolism for 24 hours, resistance training for 48 hours. So after you get off the machine and sweat and do your cardio, hit those weights because that will really burn some calories.
I've heard people at the gym talk about these protein drinks, and like you take like a smoothie and you put this protein pack in. Oh yeah, man, you got to do that. You got to do that after you work out.
Right.
I mean, is it true or isn't it true? I feel like it's not true.
Well, actually, protein is protein, but I prefer it to come from a more natural source. So as opposed to it being created in a lab, I would really prefer for people after their workouts to eat foods that are rich in protein as opposed to it to be synthetic. I don't want it to be that. So all this whey protein, again, everyone's going to choose what they want to choose, but I prefer it to come from a natural source such as food, chicken, beans, beef, fish. I would prefer it to come from that.
So in other words, what you're saying is, like, let's scenario.
Yeah.
I just completed a workout, okay? Right after it, what would be ideal?
Okay. What would be ideal after your workout is within an hour to make sure that you include complex carbohydrates as well as protein. So what would I love? I would love some brown rice and beans. I would love some beans and carrots with a portion size of salmon or chicken, grilled of course. So you always want to replenish your glycogen stores, which is stored sugar, kind of like the fuel, the energy that gets you moving. I want you to replenish that into your cells and then take the protein to feed your muscles that you just worked. So that's ideally what I'd like you to do. People grab these things for convenience. That's really all it is that they've just made all these drinks and powders for convenience. So when you take a little bit more time and you really put some effort into making a meal for yourself, and it doesn't have to be big, small. Around here, God, guys, we live in the tri-state area, New York City. I mean, you can get anything you want like that. You can go get some fish and brown rice. You can go get some beans with string beans. You can go get this, so you don't need to have the synthetic forms. It's just because we're lazy, actually.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, I gotta go. I got work to do.
Yeah.
Bye.
This is your life. 'Cause this is your life. What are you?
Get excited because you are about to change your life.
This is your life.
Good, go, bang. Good, this is how you get the chest you want, girls. Come on, squeeze.
What are you waiting for? This is your life.
And remember, empower your body. Hey guys, I have some great tips on how you can fit more exercise into your daily life. One, while you're driving is a great time for you to do those breathing exercises for your abdomen to pull in your stomach. Remember the core exercises? When you're driving, when you're watching TV through every commercial, before you go to sleep. I have clients that do them at red lights while they're driving, okay? So while you're driving, you can always figure out some time to do those breathing exercises for your stomach. Also, you ever like have conversations with people and you're talking and everybody's just standing there so stiff, like I kind of feel like I'm doing right now. What you want to do is you want to just like put an arm up and stretch your chest or stretch your calf. If you're kind of on a stairwell talking to somebody or you're on the stairs talking to somebody, stretch your calf. So remember, there's always a way that you can fit some more exercise in. Stretch your calf when you're talking to somebody. Stretch your arm, okay? Also, while you're walking, this is awesome. Check this out. While you're walking, you do the ABCs. 1 is agility. 2 is balance. 3 is cardio. How do you do it? When you're walking, you don't only want to just walk straight. I mean, please be cautious, okay? But when you're walking, add some agility. Walk around a tree. Step down onto a stair. Walk around benches. Add some agility to it. If you're walking up a little bit of a hill, you got some rocks or some sticks. Again, be careful, please, but add some agility so it's a little bit more rugged. B, balance. Every so often, step on a bench with one leg. Or if you're on the stairs, hold with one leg for balance. Or you could just stand straight with one leg. You don't even need to be on a stair or anything. Just if you're on something flat, just one leg. So add some agility, add some balance and cardio. How do you do that? Say you're walking. Do. Make it faster. So for 30 seconds, every 2 minutes for 30 seconds, walk faster. So you're walking along. Here we go, we're timed. Do. Walk faster for 30 seconds, okay? Then come back to your normal pace. What that'll do is actually you burn more calories because your heart rate will go higher. But you add some work and rest. Work and rest. Work and rest. So 3 ways to add more fitness into your life in times when you didn't even think you had time. I never want to hear you never had time. While you're driving, do your breathing. While you're talking, do some stretching. And while you're walking, add the ABCs, agility, balance, and cardio. Okay? So, it's all up to you now. The power is yours.
This is your life. Cause this is your life. What are you?
Get excited because you are about to change your life.
This is your life.
Good, go, bang. Good, this is how you get the chest you want, girls. Come on, squeeze.
What are you waiting for? This is your life.
And remember, empower your body. Welcome back. Now we're going to go over empowering steps on how to change anything in your life that you feel needs to be addressed. So, number 1, I want you guys to figure out some things that you want to change. What do you want to change? You want to lose weight? You want to have a better relationship with somebody? Write down whatever it is that you want to change. Number 2 is, I need you to figure out what pain is associated with changing it. So, for example, you want to lose weight. What's the pain associated with it? You probably have to spend a little more money on buying healthier food. You probably have to spend some of your time doing something other than you're used to. Like you want to go walking instead of sitting on the couch. There's always a pain associated with the change. So I need you to figure out what that pain is and be honest, really get true to yourself. Number 3, I want you to figure out what pleasure is associated with that change. So what if, you want to lose weight, you'll feel great, you'll look good, you'll be healthier, your whole life will change, trust me. So we want to identify some things, figure out the pain involved in changing it. What do you feel like you're going to have to risk? What pleasure is involved in changing it? And then number 4, what's the cost of not changing it? Because let me tell you, if it's weight loss, your cost will simply be possibly heart disease, or osteoporosis, or a stroke, or arthritis, or even lack of self-esteem. So there's always a cost involved with not changing it. So I want you to figure that out. And number 5 is we want to figure out the pleasure in changing it. Because there's always a pleasure in changing it too. So you'll have a pleasure such as, say it's weight loss. What's a pleasure? You'll feel so good. Okay? So what are the steps? You identify some things you want to change. What is the pain associated with changing it? What, you're going to waste some time, you think? You got to go out, now you got to prepare your food. What is the pain associated with changing it? And what is the pleasure associated with changing it? So you'll gain a better self-esteem, you'll be more fit. Write these down, guys, okay? What's the cost of not changing it? Because I'm telling you, your health will go downhill, okay? And you can address this in any area of your life, but especially with fitness. And also, what is the pleasure from changing it? Because let me tell you something, you will be a new person once you embark upon the journey of having accountability and responsibility be the cornerstones to any decisions you make in life. You are on your road to empowerment. So remember, empower your body.
This is your life.
Ooh, that was great. So we went over your core, addressed your love handles, made sure that we decreased some lower back pain. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you stay tuned for future episodes. We'll have so much more information for you. And don't ever forget to empower your body.